ops. The estimate was
good
for
afternoon.
20 cents for AMC.
Good evening, good morning, again, depending on what time you're watching this.
ADI.
I wanted to go over kind of what we traded today. Best trade today, VDSI. This was a breakout on the
Alpha
day
Delta
chart.
India.
Initially, it was a breakout. Good earnings here. If you heard about the loan hack, this was a good thing to keep your eye on, a good stock to keep your eye on, especially because they had earnings, this VDSI. We were watching this long over 30.60, so we were watching this out of the gate. If you pull up your 1 minute chart, and I'll show you where we traded this. You saw your 1 minute chart
now down
come up here, hit a high of 30.45, 30.44. It popped up here to 30.85. We did not get in there.
KATE,
what I did is I waited on this pullback to see if it looked like it was going to hold. We ended up getting
global
long
licensing agreement
30.41 to 30.50 with a
York
stop
watches.
at 30.10.
That's Kilo,
and then we were
Alpha
selling
Tango Echo, and Foxtrot
we were
Oscar
selling
Sandy
at
Lima.
31, and then should have sold 31.50, but got stopped out on the rest on this pullback right back here. Then we got long around 25. Now what I did was I was waiting on
CASY,
there's gap fill
General
levels on your
Stores
day
says
chart.
January same-store
There's
sales
actually two levels.
increased 16.9%. Shares of Potbelly now spiking here.
There was a level here.
59, Papa Bravo, Papa Bravo.
Gap fill. Gap fill. So
Letter A,
we waited for this second
Agilent.
gap fill level to go off, and as soon as it looked like it was going to hold 25, we got long with a stop at the low of the day. So we were long right here. It got a little shaky. The best and the easiest way that you can do this is on a 5 minute chart or a 1 minute chart. You really had to use a 1 minute chart on this VDSI play because of the extent of the sell-off. You're talking about a move from 32 down to 24.30. So because of the extent of the sell-off and how fast it was selling off, you really had to use a 1 minute chart, because if you look at your 5 minute chart,
Alpha Charlie
and we'll
Kilo.
just flip here, you're just going to be risking too much by the time you make a new high. So right here, you're getting long 25.58, which actually
Fossil
isn't
shares
too bad.
off the lows now at
$25.58,
$89, down 10.32.
And you could have sold. We were
Oscar
actually
Sandy
selling
Lima.
through the high of this bar right here, this 26.90 bar. As soon as that broke is when we were selling based on our 1 minute chart. But a 1 minute chart, so right here, if you use a 5 minute chart, if you wanted to wait for confirmation,
shares now at
$25.58 would have been your entry. And if you wait for confirmation on a 1 minute chart, so all you need is the first bar to make a new high. That's how you get basically confirmation that it's going to go. If you use a 1 minute chart, you're long basically around 25, which is kind of where we were long anyway.
ZIX
was around 25.
ZIX reports
so this
3 cents.
VDSI,
that's a penny short of estimate.
This was our best play of the day. Two longs. I actually tried it again
for Zulu
for a
India
long up here on
X-ray
a flag and did get stopped out. And I used a 5 minute chart here. So I was waiting for a new long, and again, it's not always going to work. So you had a little flag forming. So if I put my chart all the way to the right, and this is what you're seeing,
BSX Boston Scientific shares
forming.
popping
we
here.
got long at the break of the new
Boston
high right
Scientific
here. So we got long
reports deal with
31.29.
J&J for resolution of Biden litigation.
Stop.
Will make
It actually did get a pop to
in payments.
30.65, but I was looking
pre-tax
for
charge
new
of
highs to sell
$600
half
million.
and try to ride the
Bravo
rest.
Sandy X-ray.
So we got out a little bit early on this one.
$16.70, up $1.86 now.
So we didn't wait for a hard stop to hit on the second long that we took. But again, it was a qualified setup, so there's nothing wrong with
Bravo
that.
Sandy X-ray.
WM, we played at the end of the day. Very nice flag
takes a new
here.
stake in Apple.
Now, you can play an hourly breakout on this chart, which is what we were playing.
Million shares in a
the hourly
13F
break,
filing.
which was
Alpha
and you're not
Papa
going to see it
Lima.
on this chart, I don't think. Let me pull up this chart over here. So we were playing an hourly breakout of this 53.85 level, which cracks right here, 53.86, and then you get a big run up to 53.47. Now, because of what time this hit 53.86, I didn't end up getting it until it broke 54, and it was still about half an hour earlier than I like trading. And I kind of messed this trade up a little bit. I only made a few $100 on it. I was trying to add. I was looking for a potential run to 55. Obviously, we didn't get it. Still, anytime you have a trade that's in profit, you do want to try to protect that profit. You don't want to let it turn into a loser. Probably my biggest headache today was ROSG, Rosetta Genomics. I tried to play this flag right here and got stopped out with some slippage. I was actually playing. I was a little late. I was in on
Letter
this
O,
bar looking for a
Realty
run to
Income
highs, and you can see the relative volume here. If you
Corporation
look at the bottom of
reporting
my chart, look at the volume that
65
it's trading
cents.
today compared to the volume that it normally trades,
Estimate
which is
was
the reason
for,
that I thought this was going to continue going. So I got long. I was long up here, 539. Had to stop 524, and I got some slippage.
65 cents is the adjusted FFO on
definitely wasn't
Realty
the
Income.
best
The
trade.
estimate was for 66 cents. So
Obviously,
that's just short
any
of
losers
the
aren't the best
estimate on
trade.
letter O.
But this thing has some serious resistance right here around 555. So could have got out with a little profit. I sold a little bit actually for profit and got stopped out of the rest. And like I said, I had some slippage on the rest, so it didn't end up being the best trade. You can see this bar right here pulled down to 515. We had our stop at 524, so I know I caught at least 8-cent slippage on this one. So when you're sizing up, that added up to be a pretty decent loss. So I coughed up net about 16 cents on this trade. Was looking for, again, home run setup, looking for this thing to run to 6. It didn't happen, but again, you're not going to hit all of them. FireEye was another loser I had today. Was trying to fade this. The day chart's a little overextended.
Soros
really want to see this thing hit 45 to
takes
start
a new
fading
stake
it.
in Transocean
But
in a
this-
13F. That's
I
Romeo
caught a
India
couple-
Golf.
I caught a couple decent trades on it. I played it long one time. This little inside bar set up right here through 44. You had a bar right here. Your high was 44. Your low was 43.69. You have a higher high right here, 43.75 with the same high. So I played the break.
LZB,
44.1
Lazy
with the
Boy
stop
reports
at
34 cents.
43.74
Lima
covered
Zulu
half.
Bravo.
And then when this started pulling
Estimate
down, I
is
covered the
for
rest.
38 cents.
Got one
Adjusted
nice little
33
fade on
cents
it,
from
only for
continuing
about
ops.
10 cents or so.
So
at the
that's
end of the day
5 cents
again, so it
short
wasn't
for
the best
Lazy
fade.
Boy.
But
Lima,
on Friday,
Zulu
we
Bravo,
did fade
33
this thing. We
cents.
were fading this thing 41.50s, and we were covering at the lows down here, 40.70. So huge trade on this on Friday. Trying to do the same thing here tomorrow. If it hits 45,
MTW, Michael Tango Whiskey, Carl Icon,
the whole key is
reports
trying to just time an
4.5
entry
million shares
that's
stake
good
in the middle
enough
walk.
to where we can
Michael
short it
Tango Whiskey.
at a certain level, cover half, and then let the rest, see if the rest wants to drop. Lately, that second half of the trade, we've been getting stopped out of most of it. That just seems to be what's happened lately. Another name I'll be watching tomorrow, CRIS, for a potential fade. This thing's definitely overextended. It's going to come in at some point in time, so I will be watching this short definitely tomorrow. Everybody have a good evening. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow in chat.